I've been on over 100 roller coasters now, and this ride, Hydra the Revenge, might be one of the weirdest ones I've ever done. It opened in 2005 as Hydra the Revenge, has a height of less than 100 feet, 95 feet to be exact, but it has a 105-foot drop. Speeds of up to 53 miles per hour over 3,198 feet of track, with 7 inversions and about a 2-minute ride duration, featuring some very unique to say inversions, which we'll definitely talk about a little bit later. This is going to be my review of the Floorless roller coaster at Dorney Park, Hydra the Revenge.
Now get ready. Here we go.
Hydra is located towards the back left of the park, next to the Meteor attraction. It has a pretty good imposing feeling to it, even though it is not as tall as it looks. And yes, it's really not that tall at all. It's 7 inversions. You hardly see any of them. The rocks around the inversions certainly give off quite the feeling. Hydra was a very interesting roller coaster, as it now is taken over the plot of land where a old wooden coaster used to stand called Hercules, which was this massive roller coaster that had a drop that went over the lake behind it. It was a pretty cool, interesting ride. I've never seen it or ridden it before, but it's pretty odd that a Hercules ride would be removed for something named Hydra. Once you get a really cool view of that awesome Hydra statue, you enter the station and you pull down the same over the shoulder restraint that's on just about every Floorless coaster ever. And the ride would usually start with maybe a turnaround or even like just going straight to lift hill, but no. They decide to start this ride off with an inversion called a JoJo roll. Yeah, it you leave the station, you go straight, and then you just barrel roll over yourself and get some crazy hang time. I've seen some crazy stupid things. This is stupid, but it's stupid in a good way. I think that this is one of the most unique and really cool starts to a ride because, well, I've never seen anything like that before. I personally love the introduction of the JoJo roll. I believe it was the first ride to even do that. So it's really cool to have something to get excited for and a little bit of a teaser for what's to come with Hydra. After climbing to the top, you reach a 68-degree angle down as you go through your first inversion, which is a pretty interesting dive loop, which doesn't feel like you go upside down. It's kind of like inclined in a way. And you're over these rocks, which certainly makes it a very interesting feeling. After that, you go into a massive zero G roll that goes past the Hydra statue into a massive corkscrew to the right. Both of these elements are rather smooth. They do have a little bit of a rattle to it. I don't know again if it's the rocks or it's just spin a little bit from this ride. Even though it is a relatively newer Floorless coaster, oddly enough, I still feel like it's definitely not the smoothest ride, and these inversions definitely show that. However, I do like the whip that go from that corkscrew into the next inversion, a cobra roll. The cobra roll is probably one of the weirdest ones. It's so overdrawn that it doesn't even look like a cobra roll on paper. But it's really, really wacky, but its main purpose is to turn you around, which it does a fine job with. It then takes you into a little bit of some turnarounds, a little bit of a light pop before you go into your final corkscrew, and then you turn into the brakes. By no means is Hydra smooth, but the uniqueness of its elements and what it offers for a Floorless coaster is certainly one that grabs my attention. I really, really enjoy what this ride is capable of doing and how unique it is, especially in Dorney Park. Dorney in itself is rather unique with this roller coaster collection, and I think this ride in itself just being so very odd is really why I think this ride stands out amongst a lot of the other rides that I have personally ridden. It's certainly one thing that I certainly miss is that JoJo roll, and it feels like the star of the show for me. A lot of other moments on the ride are unfortunately not very smooth. However, I can definitely make up for its very clever use of elements and the order in which it accomplishes them. For a Floorless coaster not having a vertical loop, certainly is surprising. So it's really cool seeing a wide collection of unique inversions that are on this ride. And I think for a supporting roller coaster, Hydra fits the bill just right at Dorney Park. Hope you guys enjoyed this review. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, and always thank your ride ops, and have a great rest of your day.
Here we go.
One, two.